What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to the channel. Have a story time. Bit of a testimony on this one about how I saw Jesus in the sky. Yeah, that is the story time. Okay, I'm gonna quickly show y'all the hairstyle, you feel me? Hey, shout out to the lady who did me. Okay, but yeah, I'm gonna take y'all 1 year or 2 years back. So, if I'm not wrong, this was around 20. I think, I'm not sure, but I feel like 2020 was the year this had happened. So back in 2020, I was still in darkness, if I have to put it like that. I was still smoking. I'm not sure if I was still, I think I still was doing lean. You know, I hadn't quit just yet. So on this particular day, so normally for me, I would, because I live in a complex, you feel me? So I would, get up, go see the homies, you know what I'm saying, organize something to smoke, you feel me, with those who are smoking. So that was my regular routine. So on the specific day, and like nothing distinguished the day, like some things happen and you feel like you'd get a sign, but like nothing. That was just like a normal day. I was with the homie V. V, he knows himself. So we had pulled up to V's crib, you know what I'm saying, because we had a blunt. And then I remember me sitting at V's crib, me and V. So then I would start smoking, all was good. And I was wearing shades, you feel me? So wearing these shades, I had looked up at the sky. So funny thing was, the sky was clear. But then, close to the sun, there was one cloud. And in that cloud, you could see Jesus. So I drew a picture because I know this one is going to be confusing, you feel me? So I got my Bible right here. I drew it in my Bible because, hey, why not? So, if you can see, this is the sun. So this is how the cloud was shaped. It was Jesus, like the cloud obviously it looked like a long robe. You could see like a bit of his body and his hair. You couldn't see the detail in his face. But this is how big he was. So, guys, I can't tell you, upon seeing it, I was lost for words. Because one thing that really got me, in my heart, I've always wanted to live right for such a long time. But when I had seen the Lord in the cloud, one of the thoughts is the Lord has came back and I'm not ready. So, the first emotion, if I'm not wrong, was I was condemned. I was just but the sight, it shocked me so much that I didn't even say anything to V. We were talking, just chopping it up, but then I was looking up at the cloud. I was like, yo. And for a couple minutes, Jesus was just there in the cloud, and I just looked and I didn't know how to respond. You feel me? And this one really shocked me. And so, after a few minutes, the cloud kind of disappeared behind the sun. So then, you feel me? After that, I had wrapped it up with the homie. I went home. And the reason is I haven't told this story before, to anyone except my mom. So when I had came home, I had told my mom, I was like, yo, I just saw Jesus in the clouds. And her response was, why don't you start going to church then? Or get involved with the church. And you know, only like years later, like I'm involved. But I won't lie, like one thing, I won't hold it against my mom, because as I say, we all have our mistakes. You know, it's only God who judges. But like, I'm a person that started going to church or church activities. So I have home cell, I have youth, I had prayer during the week. Then I used to go to church like on Sunday 3 times to 3 different churches. There was at a point I was doing it 4 times, I won't lie. So there was a church that went in at 8. Then I got out that church, you know, when it ended, I used to go to a church I still attend now. Like, that is the only church I go to now. 10:30. Then there's a church at 3 o'clock I used to go to. Then there's lastly a church that I went to at 6. Yeah, 6 p.m., you feel me? And, you know, like, I was hurt because she'd be like, hey, now you're overworking yourself. You just going to church. You don't need to go to church as much. But, you know, I feel like she didn't retain it in her memory about me telling her I saw Jesus. But, like, that is basically my story time, that I saw Jesus. And, you know, I won't lie, that vision really scared me. I remember thinking to myself, like, oh, does this make me an apostle? But, yeah, you know, like, telling the story, one thing I have to say is, like, I never heard no words. I couldn't fully like see detail, but I believe I saw Jesus that day, and you know, it has changed my life forever. Because now that I am a Christian, now that I am in the kingdom of God, I just don't see myself going back. And you know, and for everyone watching this, like, my advice to you is to seek for the Lord while there's still time. I believe the Lord is coming back. You know, like I've heard, very soon. I am not sure. No one knows the day or hour. But the advice is, He is real. Like, and you know, like, I pray like everyone has an encounter, because back when I was still in sin, you know, there's a lot of doubts towards the Lord. And I understand why people are not into or don't follow Jesus, because of Christianity, the religion, or the, you know, like, the politics of religion. But you know, like, for me, it's now not a religion, but it's a relationship. And yeah, just that, like, it has really changed me. If you ever knew me and you know me now, you know, like, I'm a new creation. You know, 2 Corinthians 5:17. Old things have passed away. Behold, all things are new. So that is my story time for today. You can believe me, you can choose not to. But this is my experience. And I just pray that everyone is on the right side for when the Lord comes back for His church, you know. That is me. I'm signing out. Peace.